The title given to the 8th episode of Rings of Power Season 2 was Shadow and Flame. This title is a reference to the Balrog living under Khazad-dûm named Durin's Bane. The episode began showing Prince Durin confronting King Durin while the king was mining for mithril. He doesn't listen to Prince Durin and opens a large mithril deposit under Khazad-dûm. But his actions awakens the Balrog living below the mithril mine. After seeing the Balrog, King Durin leaves his ring of power to Prince Durin and names him the new king and jumps straight towards the Balrog for attacking it. The king turns into dust, and the entrance he created collapses. Meanwhile, the stranger goes to the place where the stewards live to help Nori and Poppy. The dark wizard who is already there asks the stranger to support Sauron first, and then they could become Sauron's successors. The stranger rejects this offer, and the dark wizard destroys that place. The stewards who lost their home called the stranger Grand Elf. Before leaving that place to find a new home, and Nori and Poppy join them on their journey. The stranger then sees a branch from a tree and takes it as his staff. He then returns to Tom Bombadil and says that he will be known as Gandalf from now on, the name he formed from the word Grand Elf, which the stewards called him. Pharazôn, who learned from the Palantir that Halbrand was actually Sauron in disguise, accuses Miriel of joining forces with Sauron, and he discredits the results of her trial. All members of the faithful are accused of treason and arrested. Aaron warns Elendil about this, and he escapes. He tries to convince Miriel to escape with him, but she refuses and gives him the sword Narsil and sends him to reclaim his lordship in the west of Numenor. Keeman reaches Pelargir and gets shocked after seeing Isildur and tells him about the current situation of Numenor. He also says that Pelargir will now be a military outpost for Numenor and demands the Southlanders and wild men to supply wood in exchange for living in Pelargir. Isildur and Estrid had already expressed their feelings for each other, and Isildur asks Keeman to allow her to return to Numenor with him. But Keeman does not allow this, and Isildur leaves Estrid in Pelargir. In Eregion, Sauron tortures and kills Celebrimbor. The orcs reach there, and Sauron tries to manipulate them. Galadriel finds Adar, who has turned back to his original elf form by wearing the ring Nenya. He returns the ring to Galadriel and asks for her help against Sauron. But the orcs who have been manipulated by Sauron betrays and kills him. Sauron reaches there and fights Galadriel and takes the 9 rings for men from her. But she jumps off a cliff before he could take Nenya. Durin IV sends his army to help the elves in Eregion. With their help, Elrond, Gil-galad, Erendur, and other survivors escape to a valley north of the city. Elrond and Gil-galad use the elven rings to heal the injured Galadriel, and the elves decide to fight back against Sauron's army, who are marching across Middle-earth.